Welcome to a van tour of van build number 24. We are so excited to share this one with you. It's actually a different floor plan than we've ever done before. This is a 2022 170 Mercedes Sprinter 3500 4x4. We can't wait to show you the inside. So right when you come in, we actually have our seating area up front. It is on our little lagoon swivel. It's not actually a lagoon, it's a different brand. We have our seating area up front. The passenger seat does swivel, and then we have overhead storage with the headliner shelf, as well as a couple cabinets right above the seating area. Now this is a really functional space because this table can move around. Love this design. Turned out beautifully. And we have the full glass window up front that we framed in. I just love that picture window style. Then next up, we have our kitchen. This is a really nice spacious kitchen with a solid surface countertop. We have this little insert that you pull out for the sink. Underneath, we have a little bit of storage under the sink. We also have this gorgeous black sink that I didn't even mention under here, and this nice industrial style gold faucet. Now, we've shown this in a lot of van tours before, but you can detach this and use it out the sliding door if you want. Just a nice option there. The hose does extend quite a bit. In her kitchen, we also have a microwave, which is a great option for cooking. She has an outlet here in the backsplash that she can pull out her induction cooktop, set it up, plug it in, do her cooking, put it all away. And that's kind of a process of van life. Anytime you're going anywhere, you have to make sure everything's put away and secured in your cabinets. One thing I did not mention in the front bench, in that bench seat, there's actually a dual zone Dometic top load fridge freezer. She only has a 65-liter isotherm fridge built into the kitchen. Now, because we put so much into the kitchen with the microwave and the fridge, not much leftover storage. There are two other drawers for storing things. One is very large, would be great for pots and pans and all that kind of stuff. They do have a full-length upper on the passenger side, but not one on the driver's side because we have the platform bed behind me, which we'll get into in a minute. But first, we're going to talk about the bathroom. So we have her bathroom, our standard kind of wet bath, but this is the one without a built-in toilet. Now we opted for that so that the front seating space could be larger. She is actually just using a Dometic cassette toilet that she will set into the shower pan when she's not using the shower pan, and then have to take that out when she wants to use the shower. We have beautiful gold fixtures in here. I love that we tied in the wood from her kitchen into the wood on the ceiling, and just that nice golden oak kind of look. It turned out beautifully with the Palisades vinyl wall tile, and actually ties in beautifully with her kitchen backsplash, which I did not even mention. I love that this has the white and gray that ties in perfectly with the white and gray in the shower, especially because they're very close together. I actually love the color of her upper cabinets. I love that she brought some color into her design because we have the warm wood tones, the white and the gray, and then we get a little pop of color with the gold. I just love it so much. We have our Nautilus shower door, self-cleaning and retractable. In the back of the van kitchen, we have a nice dresser back here with a solid surface countertop. I actually love the way the height of the bed turned out with the countertops. It's nice when you're in bed, you could plug in your phone and set it here. This light switch right here is for the single light over the bed. If you've watched any of our van tours before, we always wire one light independently over the bed and have a switch right next to the bed so that when you go to bed, you don't have to go all the way to the front of the van for the other main switch for all the lights. So we only did uppers on the one side because then they can in bed lean against this wall and not have an upper cabinet that would be, their head would be hitting if they try to do that on this side. We also have our custom window frames in the back. These are the smaller C.R. Lawrence bunk windows. Now this bed is actually a removable system. So you'll see we did 3 cushions here, and that is actually in the same sections of the bed. So you could actually take out just one cushion in one section if you wanted to. And underneath these, we do have our benches that house our plumbing and electrical. And they are planning on putting a large dog crate under here. So that was a big part of their design. So the bed system is on 2 rails that are mounted to both of the side walls, and it actually collapses just a little bit for easy removal and getting it back in and out of here, because if it was full length and you were trying to angle it in here weirdly, it would get complicated. And that's actually made by RV Components. Great system we've actually used in our gear van that we built for our client Jack last year. Now next up, Alex is going to be talking about the electrical system in here, the plumbing system, grades, and all sorts of fun stuff on the outside. So here we we go.
This van's got a little bit more of an aggressive look on the outside than our typical builds. One of the things this client wanted was to actually do our truck bed treatment on the hood, which I think came out really nice. We also added the CA tuned front bumper with the Warren winch. Gives it a nice aggressive look. Also will help them if they need to pull out or pull someone else out. For the lights up front, we added the LP6 is onto the front bumper, and then we have a Baja Designs light bar amber up top as well. We did upgrade all of the wheels and tires on this rig as well. So she has these really nice ultra aftermarket 3500 dually wheels on the front and on the back. These are accented with the Falcon Wild Peak all-terrain tires. Nice aggressive looking all-terrain that has great traction, performs really well on these sprinters. And then we have kind of our stock running board. Because this is a 4x4, it comes with the 2-inch lift. And then you can see that the butt is not sagging. We did beef up the rear leaf spring. We swapped out the pack for a full 6,400 pound leaf spring at the back. Up top, you'll also see the Aluminess double loop. This is the touring style roof rack, which to me looks really cool with the Baja light bar that we have up top. This is actually the first time that we've used this roof rack. Typically we do the double loop low profile, but I really like the touring style as well. On the side, we did put on 2 rigid lights mounted on the side. And these are great because when her awning is out, she's still gonna be able to use these lights on the side of the van. She does have the Fiamma S45 awning. It's a manual crank awning. So she wanted a lot of storage and a lot of water. So we also swapped out her spare, put that on the back on this Aluminess spare mount. And then we have another 22-gallon freshwater tank underneath the van and a 22-gallon freshwater tank inside the van. She did also add the slimline box from Aluminess, so she's got even more storage here. And they do have bikes, so they wanted the 2 1-up bike trays. Come around to the driver's side, you can see her double loop low profile rack, and we also have the high roof ladder. On both the back and the front, we added more rigid spotlights up top, so she can actually turn on lights from inside at her aux beam controller, which is in the headliner shelf. Up top, she does have 200 watts of solar mounted on the Aluminess solar mounts that go on the crossbars. We did install a full-size OEM window here on the side, so this looks like custom or like a full Sprinter glass window, but when you saw on the inside, the window wasn't this big. Her bathroom actually goes all the way to here. So one of the fun things that we have learned to do is to actually paint all of this black that is facing the window, and then we build our custom window frame on the inside. We attach metal strips to that. We have a custom window cover made that attaches to those metal strips and is the exact size of this window frame. So I am at the control center for her van. If you have seen any of our van tours before, we've done a few, then this is gonna look really familiar to you. We've got the Serbo GX with the Serbo touchscreen. We love this system because you can see so much cool stuff on here. We've got her tank sensors for all of her freshwater and gray water tanks. We've got her battery voltage. We've got the switch for the inverter to turn her inverter on and off. And we've got more screens. You see all of her sensors again. We've got her switches here for all of the ball valves. Because we have 2 freshwater tanks in this van, she has 540 amp hours of lithium batteries from Battleborn Batteries, the GC3. That's 2 GC3 batteries stacked on top of each other, bolted and ratchet strapped through the frame of the van. Super secure with a 3000 watt Victron inverter charger. It's got 30 amps of alternator charging. We talked about the 200 watts of solar on the roof. So all in all, we love the way this van turned out. A different layout for sure than we've done before. It's similar to some other ones that obviously we've seen other people building. It's cool to put our little touch on it, and the client's design finishes with Sarah's input, and very stoked with how this one turned out.
One thing I forgot to mention in the beginning of the video are the gorgeous Scheelman seats in the front. These are the brown leather, and I just love it with the cream stitching, and they have about 10 million adjustments on them, and these ones have the heated element in it too. Now to the back of the van, we of course did a little design feature back here. So at the back of the van, we have our nice little slat feature, but at an angle, which I think was a great little switch up from what we typically do for other clients. And here you can really see the bed platform system with the 2 black rails on either side. We do have this little pathway running across for plumbing and electrical. It's also where she's gonna access shutoff valves if she ever needs to. Then she has got a nice little bit of open storage here, as well as you could store things on top of both of these benches. And then she has her outdoor shower back here. That does also hook up to our main plumbing system, so you do get hot water at the shower. So hopefully you enjoyed van build number 24. We got number 25 and 26 coming up really soon. So stay tuned. And then hopefully the next finish is ours. Are we gonna be 27? We've signed up for our first official expo this summer in July, so we need to finish our van.
We will be in Bend, Oregon for the Overlanding Expo.
Yep, that'll be fun with our Happy Jack family van. Crazy. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.